Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Yamuna Tira Banachari Yamuna Tira Banachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Jayo Radha Vallabha Shri Radhe Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Krishna Balaram Jayo Radhe Sham Lalita Vishakhadi Radhe Sham Jayo Jagannatha Baladeva Jayo Subhadra Baladeva Jayo Subhadra Jayo Gauranitai Jayo Gauranitai Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Jayo Jayo Prabhupada Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Hari Bol Nitai Gaura Hari Bol Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Jayam Vishnupad Paramahamsa Parivrajakaacharya Ashtottara Shata Shri Śrīmad His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrind ki jai. Granth Raj Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shishi Guru and Gauranga, all glories to His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Vasudeva Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudhirayet Nashtaprayeshu Abhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavatiruttamaśloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtuki Krishnaya Vasudevaya Devaki Nandanaya Cha Nanda Gopakumaraya Govindaya Namo Namaha. Hare Krishna, welcome all of you for today's discussion of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. We are reading from Canto 7, Chapter 9, titled as Prahlada Pacifies the Lord with His Prayers. We are reading from verse number 24. Tasmadamustanubhritamahamaśishogna Ayushriyam vibhavamaindriyamavirincyat Nechamite bilulitanurikram uruvikramena Nechamite vilulitanurvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya parshvam Tasmadamustanubhritamahamaśishogna Ayushriyam vibhavamaindriyamavirincyat Nechamite vilulitanurvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya parshvam Tasmadamustanubhritamahamaśishogna Ayushriyam vibhavamaindriyamavirincyat Nechamite vilulitanurvikramena Kalatmanopanayamam nijabhritya parshvam. Prabhuji. Mataji's. Tasmat, therefore, amuhu, all those opulences, tanubhritam, with reference to living entities possessing material bodies, aham, I, ashishaha, agnaha, knowing well the results of such benedictions, ayuhu, a long duration of life, shriyam, material opulences, vibhavam, influence and glories, indriyam, all meant for sense gratification, avirinchyat, beginning from Lord Brahma down to the small ant, na, not, ichhami, I want, te, by you, vilulitan, subject to be finished, uruvikramena, who are extremely powerful, kala atmana, as the master of the time factor, upanaya, kindly take to, mam, me, nijabhritya parshvam, the association of your faithful servant, your devotee. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Translation. My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence, mystic power, longevity and other material pleasures enjoyed by all living entities from Lord Brahma down to the ant. As powerful time, you destroy them all. Therefore, because of my experience, I do not wish to possess them. My dear Lord, I request you to place me in touch with your pure devotee and let me serve him as a sincere servant. Purport. By studying Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, every intelligent man can get experience like that of Prahlad Maharaja through the historical incidents mentioned in this great literature of spiritual knowledge. By following in the footsteps of Prahlad Maharaja, one should gain thorough experience that all material opulence is perishable at every moment. Even this body for which we try to acquire so many sensual pleasures may perish at any time. The soul, however, is eternal. Na hanyate hanyamane sharire. The soul is never vanquished, even when the body is destroyed. An intelligent man, therefore, should care for the happiness of the spirit soul, not the body. Even if one receives a body with a long duration of life, like those of Lord Brahma and other great demigods, it will also be destroyed. And therefore an intelligent man should be concerned with the imperishable spirit soul. To save oneself, one must take shelter of a pure devotee. Narottama Dasa Thakura therefore says, Chhadiya Vaishnava Seva Nistar Paye Che Keba. If one wants to save himself from material nature's onslaughts, which arise because of the material body, one must become Krishna conscious and try to fully understand Krishna. As stated in the Bhagavad Gita 4.9, Janma karma cha me divyam evam yo vetti tattvataha. One should understand Krishna in truth, and this one can do only by serving a pure devotee. Thus Prahlad Maharaja prays that Lord Nrsingadeva place him in touch with a pure devotee and servant instead of awarding him material opulence. Every intelligent man within this material world must follow Prahlad Maharaja. Mahajano yena gatah sapanthaha. Prahlad Maharaja did not want to enjoy the estate left by his father, rather he wanted to become a servant of the Lord. The illusory human civilization that perpetually endeavors for happiness through material advancement is rejected by Prahlad Maharaja and those who strictly follow in his footsteps. There are different kinds of material opulence known technically as bhukti, mukti and siddhi. Bhukti refers to being situated in a very good position, like a position while the demigods in the higher planets, with the demigods in the higher planetary systems, where one can enjoy material sense gratification to the greatest extent. Mukti refers to being disgusted with material advancement and thus desiring to become one with the Supreme. Siddhi refers to executing severe type of meditations like that of the yogis to attain 8 kinds of perfection, anima, laghima, mahima, etc. All who desire some material advancement through bhukti, mukti or siddhi are punishable in due course of time and they return to material activities. Prahlad Maharaja rejected them all. He simply wanted to engage as an apprentice under the guidance of a pure devotee. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishna Vamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakham Vitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindho Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Rishabhano Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Yam Pravrajantam Anupeta Krityam Dvaipayana Viraha Katara Ajuhava Putreti Tanmayataya Taravo Bhinedu Stham Sarva Bhuta Hridayam Munimanatosmi. Hare Krishna. So, welcome all of you again to this wonderful discussion of prayers of Prahlad Maharaj. This verse is a continuation from the previous verse, 23, which we heard yesterday. It was Manmohan Prabhu, isn't it? Manmohan Prabhu gave the class yesterday. So, it's a follow-up from the previous verse. Many times in the scriptures, Vyasadeva teaches us many lessons actually, especially in Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. He teaches us deep philosophy through a 5-year-old boy now. He's used Prahlad Maharaj to teach this philosophy. Sometimes he uses an elephant like Gajendra. So like that in the scriptures, and there's also a mention of one story in Mahabharata where a person dejected in life is planning to commit suicide. So he's walking up the mountain and then he meets a fox. Then the fox asks him, "What are you doing?" And the guy says, "I'm committing suicide because I'm dejected in life." And the fox says, "Why? Did you know you have 2 hands and I don't even have hands? Did you know you have a mouth and you can speak and I don't even have a mouth to speak? Did you know you can eat with your hand that I don't even have hands to eat with? So I am in such an abominable condition and I am not thinking and contemplating of suicide. Why are you thinking of suicide?" So he's using a fox to preach to this human. So sometimes it's inconceivable how Vyasadeva tries to teach us lessons. These are very exalted lessons, and here it's a mere 5-year-old boy who is preaching to us, who is giving this glorious prayers, and even at the age of 5 he is actually one of the Mahajans, the 12 Mahajans that Bhagavatam glorifies as. In this verse, in 24 that we are reading, Prabhupada writes the translation, "Tasmad amustanubhritam aham ashisho agna." Here, Prabhupada writes, "My dear Lord, now I have complete experience concerning the worldly opulence." If you see the words here, there is, in the word-to-word translation, you will not see a word called complete experience. Prabhupada is getting it from the previous verse. In the previous verse, Prahlad Maharaj had said, "Drishta maya dvivibho khila dishnapanam." Drishtaha means I saw, I have seen my father. So therefore I have complete experience. Drishtaha doesn't only mean that he's seen it with his eyes. Drishtaha means he's assimilated it. He's understood it with his experience. So, that is where the complete experience is coming from. So, Prahlad Maharaj is speaking that, now I have complete experience of what reality is, so therefore give me this. This is what he's asking here. So, in this verse, Prahlad Maharaj, in the previous verse, of course, he had seen how the devatas are so exalted. And then his father was even more exalted. He destroyed all the devatas. And he was so powerful, but ultimately even his father was destroyed. So he's seen that no matter how powerful one is, how opulent one is, all of this will eventually be destroyed. This is the reality of this material world. So therefore, I have seen these opulences. Amuhu, in this words, amuhu is all these opulences. What are these opulences? They are tanubhritam. Tanubhritam means these are the opulences concerning to those who have material bodies. With reference to living entities possessing material bodies. Ashishah agnaha. Tanubhritam. See, any opulence, Prahlad Maharaj is highlighting, opulence, we have to ask what type of opulence. Opulence that which is temporary or opulence that which is permanent. And in fact, opulence that which is temporary is not even considered as an opulence because it's temporary. So here, Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I have seen these opulences. I have experienced that these opulences, what are they? He lists them also in this verse. He lists them as mystic power, opulence, such as mystic power, longevity, and other material powers. You see? Ayuhu, Shriyam, Vibhavam, Aindriyam, Avirinchyat. So, with his complete experience, he is assimilating it. How is he assimilating? Ayuhu. He has seen that the devatas live a long life. And then his father did thousands of years of tapasya. He's seen that. He also knows about Lord Brahmaji. Lord Brahmaji is who to Prahlad Maharaj? Huh? Grandfather? Great-grandfather, Kashyapa's father. So he's seen Brahmaji has a long life, so does the devatas, so does Hiranyakashipu, but ultimately his life was finished by the Lord. So these opulences are related to the body, so therefore they will perish one day. Shriyam, material opulences, both devatas and Hiranyakashipu was very rich, they had a lot of opulences. In fact, in the previous verse, he actually says, just by Hiranyakashipu raising an eyebrow, the devatas were destroyed. Because the devatas were afraid of Hiranyakashipu. If he raises his eyebrows, the devatas will get vanquished. So powerful he was, and yet this person was destroyed. So, Shriyam and Vibhavam. Hiranyakashipu was so famous, actually. He was spreading he was marketing his own fame. It is said, I think Arjun Saka Prabhu or Hanuman Prabhu was saying, he had installed deities. All temples had Hiranyakashipu's deities. There were worship of Hiranyakashipu happening. So he had modified the scriptures to worship Hiranyakashipu. So he was, in one sense, quite famous actually. And yet that Vibhavam was destroyed. Why? Because these opulences are related to the senses. And we as the jiva are not the senses. So therefore, Tanubhritam, Amuhu Tanubhritam, this is very temporary. Therefore, it will be finished by Kala Atmana. So, ultimately, you, in the form of time, my dear Lord, you will finish it. Kala Atmana. Uruvikramena Vilulitan Na Ichhami. So, therefore, I don't desire such opulences, my dear Lord. But what do I then desire? Mam, in the last verse, in the last line of the verse, Mam Upanaya. Upanaya means we discussed in the last session. Upanayanam. You see, Upanayanam comes from this word. Upanaya means take me closer to. Upanayanam is where when the guru comes and takes his disciple and gives him Gayatri. That is Upanayanam. Upanayanam means he takes him closer to the Lord. So, Mam Upanaya, where to? Nijabhritya Parshvam. It's a very interesting verse because Prahlad Maharaj is seeing the Lord. He's seeing the Lord. He's facing the Lord. And what is he asking? He's not saying, oh my dear Lord, let me come with you. He did not ask that. He did not say, let me be engaged in your service all the time. But what is very interesting, although he's seeing the Lord face to face, he's saying, I don't want all these material opulences, but I want the constant association. Upanaya, mam upanaya, nijabhritya parshvam. Parshvam means the dear servant of the Lord. So I want your nija. Nija means personal. Nija means personal servant. Nijabhritya parshvam. I want an association. Take me closer to one of your devotees. That is what he's asking to the Lord. He's not asking the Lord, take me closer to you. He's asking, now that I have seen you, give me the association of your devotee. So it's quite interesting where Prahlad Maharaj is positioning the devotee when compared to the Lord. He's actually in one sense saying, yeah, I'm seeing you, my Lord, but actually I want your devotee's association. It's quite interesting. Something to contemplate on quite deeply. So, Prabhupada writes that this is the intelligence of Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj has seen it all. As we saw in the Nectar of, as we read in the Nectar of Instruction, Prabhupada writes in the purport, there are various learning styles, how you can learn certain things. In fact, I was researching yesterday because of this. In fact, even in the field of pedagogy or pedagogy, I don't know what it's called as, but in terms of learning, there are predominantly 3 types of learning model. They call it as, it is called as VARK model, V-A-R-K. VARK, V is visual, A is auditory, and R is reading and writing, and K is kinesiology or something like that. Visual means learning by seeing, auditory means learning by hearing, and kinesiology means I don't know the word. It's kinesthetic. It's kinesthetic learning, means learning by doing, basically. And Prabhupada discusses this in the Nectar of Instruction, that the most intelligent is the one who learns by just hearing. He hears it once and he knows it. He knows it. He doesn't have to see it physically, you see, or apparently. And a little more lesser intelligent is a person who sees it, who cannot understand by hearing. He has to see it. He's a visual learner, they say. And the third one is, he hears it, he sees it, but unless he does it, he will never realize it. So he's the kinesthetic person. So that's the third type of learning. And of course, they also put another learning called reading and writing, which is the R related there. So there are 4 types of learning. And in this case, what are we doing right now? What type of learning are we trying to do? We are doing hearing and reading, of course. We are taking Prabhupada's association by reading Prabhupada's books, and at the same time hearing as well. So we are doing both types of learning styles, actually. And so a lot is expected out of reading from Prahlad Maharaj's lessons here. What is interesting is, if you see human endeavor all around the world, starting from the tiniest ant to us as the modern humans, everybody is endeavoring hard for what? What are we endeavoring hard? Everybody is working hard, 24/7. They are engaged, very busy. I remember in the lockdown, during the COVID times, it was said as a lockdown, but if you go and see the streets, there were a lot of vehicles moving around. I used to wonder, where are the people going? From point A to point B, they have to go to do something, right? So I was wondering, what are they doing? It's locked down, so why are they moving? Why so much movement of population? So they can't stay at one place. So Jiva is dynamic, but starting from the ant, you see, when the sun comes out, you'll see how the ants come out of the ground, and they are very busy doing something. And then up to the humans, they're all very busy. Just that the ant moves on its own, and the humans move in the cars. But the human thinks, I'm advanced. The ant also is thinking, I'm advanced. So this conception of endeavoring, the conception of pursuing in this material world is rampant, no matter what species we look at. And what is this? This is called material advancement. The ant also is thinking, I'm advancing. I was finding out a documentary to show it to the students about the ant world. Have you seen an ant hill under the ground? How many of you have seen an ant hill? There's an interesting video where they put a cast. They filled it with cement, actually quick drying cement under an ant hill, and they found the anthill was almost 20 meters wide inside the ground. And it had highways, freeways, it had storage chambers, it had recreation facilities, it had everything, and it was like a small city actually built. The ant had built, and they had pathways, how the worker ant should go, where it should be served, how the children, how the egg should be laid. It's all designed. Who gave them that intelligence, you see? And now, take a camera back and see how we settle down in cities. We have freeways, we have markets, people earn money, and we go, we buy stuff, and we eat, and we think we are enjoying. This whole concept of material advancement is quite deep down into the consciousness. But even though humans have advanced so much today, to wash dishes there is a button. You press the button, the machine will wash the dishes. You press a button, the machine will wash the clothes. You press a button, the vacuum cleaner vacuums. Nowadays it's auto vacuum cleaner. There is a robot which vacuums. There was a big discussion in my friend circle and among the colleagues, that who has the best vacuum cleaner. One person said, I have a robotic vacuum cleaner. I continue to watch TV while my robot... So when sometimes we have meetings, we hear this noise. And we say, where is that noise coming? Oh, sorry, it's my vacuum cleaner which is coming in my room, so I will go and shut it down. So this guy runs out of the meeting hall and shuts it off. And then the discussion goes completely from work towards vacuum cleaners now. And there's another friend, another colleague, he says, you know what, I have another vacuum cleaner which not only cleans, but goes and empties itself. I said, wow. Then everybody became very, wow, it empties itself. Then I said, who's going to empty that bin? That I have to do it. But I have to do it once in 10 days. Oh, very nice. But I'll wait until another robot is designed where another robot will come and empty that particular bin. And then another robot will come and empty that another particular bin, you know. So this pursuit of enjoyment is intrinsic into this living entity. But no matter how advanced we become, we are not getting satisfied. There is no limit to it. But they think, yes, we are advancing. One day we will reach the pinnacle of satisfaction. When I was young, my father had a close friend. He was a family doctor for us. He used to tell very interesting facts, actually. He was a government doctor, so he used to work in many places across the country. He used to say how diseases for humans have traversed. Initially, I'll just quote an example he used to give. Women never used to have this uterus problem, that problem, this problem. You know why? Vasu, my father's name is Vasudev, so he used to tell. You know Vasu, why? I used to be young when he used to say all that. And he was a very oratory speaker and he used to speak philosophy as well. So he used to say, do you know why? Because in olden days, they used to wash the clothes. You know washing? They used to be dhobi. You know, the stone used to be, I remember even in my backyard, there used to be a big stone and they used to whip the clothes like this and then put it in a bucket and then whip the clothes. And then they used to wipe the floor with your own hands, bare hands, kneeling down and wiping the floor. He was saying that particular action worked out your waist. It was as simple as that. But now, this portion of the body is not worked out at all for 99% of the humans. So therefore, the liver, the kidneys, all this portion of the body is not worked out at all. People don't bend. People don't sit down and work these days. Cooking also used to be sitting down. It was never standing and cooking in the Vedic. They used to sit down and cook like this. And they used to serve like this. I remember my friend's house, my wife's grandfather's house in the village, we used to see the cooking used to be the stove used to be here and a coal-fired stove. They used to cook and then serve on the right-hand side. They all used to be seated. So it's all changed. We don't fold, we don't bend like this, you see. So he used to say that modern inventions have only created more diseases than actually keeping us healthy. But then man will spend money to go to the gym and run, you see. So like that. So modern inventions have never given us any respite or any relief from the material distress. In fact, modern inventions have complicated our life even more. So therefore, Prahlad Maharaj is being very intelligent to say, I don't want it. I don't want this ayuhu. I don't want long life. Because what is the point in asking for long life when it is going to be destroyed anyways? When Mahabharata was happening, who was the oldest in there? Bhishma Dev, in fact, Vedavyasa also was there. In fact, Parashurama also was there at that time. But of course, among the Kuru dynasty, Bhishma Dev was the oldest. It is said that he was 700 plus years. He was Vriddha. He was very old actually. He was frail, but yet he was very strong. His body looked frail. So Prahlad Maharaj is saying, I don't want long life, because I have seen Hiran, my father had practically a boon that he should not die. He will not die, and yet he died. So therefore, any benediction like this, I don't want it, because this is intelligence. This is intelligence. To say why I have to run behind this. And then Shriyam. Shriyam means material opulence. Shriyam and Vibhavam. It's quite interesting, because in this material world, all everyone is hankering is for an opulence related to the 5 senses only. What are these 5 or 10 senses? You see, these 10 senses. 5 Panchendra Jnanendriyas and 5 motor senses. 5 knowledge acquiring senses and 5 motor senses. Legs, hands. Some person will say, I'm eating in a gold plate. And some person will say, I'm eating in a banana leaf. Is there a difference? It's practically no difference, because that eating also, we are eating matter. You see, rice is nothing but converted mud only. Mud converted into rice, because when you grow rice, it is mud after all. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught this to his mother. He said, I'm eating rice, I'm eating mud. There is no difference, mother. Both is mud. Because for a Jivatma, it is still matter. It is ultimately mud. Everything becomes mud in one sense. So when the Jiva eats, what is eating? The body is eating, and the body is evacuating. The Jiva has nothing to do with this interaction. You see, the body is seeing, and the mind is enjoying. So the mind, the senses are just the mediums, but the Jiva thinks that I will get some happiness through these senses. Somehow or the other, I will become happy by engaging my senses into the sense objects. So all that is happening is the engagement between the object and the sense, and the mind is trying to take some pleasure. Now I put the rasgulla in my mouth, the tongue is tasting it, and the mind says, wow, so sweet, so bitter. And the mind is engaging. But the sweetness, the bitterness has nothing to do with the Jivatma, because the Jiva is something different than the 5 elements of this material universe. But what's interesting, there is a book written by Miss some Robin. It's called Life in 5 Senses. So in that book, she professes that if you're not aware of your senses, you cannot be happy in this material world. So become aware of your senses. So the whole book is, I'll tell you a line from that book. It says, why neglecting any of your 5 senses can hold you back from happiness? So you have to become aware of your senses. Practically, your body is to realize happiness. So try to realize your body. Try to realize your senses. Is it true? Is it true what she's saying? Neglecting your 5 senses can hold you back from happiness. So engage them. Is it true or false? It is true? Correct. Because what is interesting in today's day and age is people have become so jada, so inert, they are not even aware of what they are doing. Arjun Sakha Prabhu was saying, right? So one person was in the street and he was enacting as if to shoot. I have seen in India, at least it happens here also, most of the time the families are in front of the television. And they are eating. Their dinner happens in front of the television. And they are eating. They do not know what they are eating. They do not know how they are eating. They do not know how much they are eating. But they are seeing the TV and eating. So this is what's happening actually. So I know many of my friends whose TV runs 24/7. They have timer. And this person has a remote on his mobile. He can switch off the TV remotely also. And he was showing, I can switch on my lights from my office, see, lights on, lights off. And he's so happy about it. I was thinking, what a sorry state of existence this person has, man. So people are not even aware of their being. So, in one sense, what this lady is writing is true. First be aware of yourself. Be here, be now, be mindful. That's what they call it as mindful. Be mindful of who you are. And then it's not just being mindful of your senses and the sense object, but be mindful of who you actually are. That you are a jiva. Understand it. You are a spirit, not just this material sense. So therefore, this is what has happened in today's day and age. People are not even aware. These devices are so dangerous. We were in a very remote village in Navadvip, actually, when we went to Parikrama last year. This was a very remote village, and children there were sitting on the banks of Ganga, and they were on their everybody were on their device. They were enjoying whatever videos they were looking. So I was thinking, these devices are exploitative, especially to the ignorant and the innocent. Very exploitative, actually. So we have to be very careful of how to use these devices, otherwise they will overtake us. So that is why Prahlad Maharaj is saying, too much material opulence, I don't want. I don't want any of this material opulences at all. Prabhupada classifies all of this material opulence in 3 big classifications. As what? Bhukti, Mukti and Siddhi. Bhukti means enjoying the senses. Even the devatas are enjoying the senses. And there is an innate tendency to enjoy these senses. Why? Because every jiva wants to be happy. And because he wants to be happy, he thinks that by engaging the senses, I will become happy. So he is searching the thing in the wrong place. That is what is happening. He does not know how he has to be happy. And that is what the scriptures, the prayers of Prahlad Maharaj are teaching us, actually. But in fact, our teachings, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu came to teach us in his Shikshashtakam. Please repeat after me. Na dhanam, na janam, na sundarim. Kavitam va jagadesha kamaye mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhaktirahaytuki tvayi ahaytuki tvayi. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught us that I don't want any bhukti, I don't want any mukti. Na dhanam, na janam, then what? Na sundarim. I don't have any kamaye, jagadisha kamaye. All I want, mama janmani janmanishvare bhavatad bhakti rahaitu kitavai. Give me the association of you, my dear Lord. This is what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has taught us. Otherwise, bhukti is what everybody aspires. We don't want bhukti. We don't want siddhis also. We don't want to become siddha and attain some mystic powers. We don't want it. And why is mukti derided here? Why is even mukti rejected by us, by devotees? Why do the acharyas say we don't even want mukti? Why is that? Huh? Okay. Anything else? Yes, so what is the root cause we are rejecting it? Huh? Okay, service to the Lord. Because mukti, there is still an inherent selfishness in that. That I don't want anything material. I don't want this material body. I want to get liberated from this material existence. So here, the center is still me. I want to get liberated from this existence. Therefore, our Acharya says we don't even want mukti. In the Buddhist philosophy, they use of the word nirvana. Nirvana is a word that is used. Nirvana is basically nirbana in Sanskritam. Bana means the body. Nirbana means to be without the body. Therefore, Buddhist says, they use the ghatakasha nyaya. That once you exit out of the pot, then you are one with everything. So therefore, you have attained nirvana. Therefore, this is mukti. This mukti is exactly what our acharyas deride. We don't want such mukti. We don't want where we become nirvana. And then Adi Shankara came and he proposed the philosophy of Brahma Nirvana. It is just not becoming one with, which is just not negating the body, but becoming one with the Brahman. That also is derided by Vaishnava philosophy, because there is still an inherent selfish desire to become one with the Lord, or in one sense it's a hidden agenda to become the Lord. So therefore, even that is rejected. So that mukti is rejected. But in fact, our acharyas have said, in the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam itself is said, what is real mukti? Muktir hitvanyatha rupam swarupena vyavasthiti. To exist in our original swarupa, that is what is called mukti. That mukti we want, but not the mukti of just rejecting this material body and establishing ourselves. So, then what does Prahlad Maharaj want? Prahlad Maharaj wants upanayamam nijabhritya parshvam. Prahlad Maharaj is giving us a solution. He does not want his father's kingdom. He was a rich man in one sense, so he would have said, my father is dead now. Now I can enjoy all what he has left for me. Okay, let's enjoy. Come on. Prahlad Maharaj didn't do this. Thank you, my dear Nrsingadev. You can go now. My father is dead now. So let me enjoy my life now. Thank you very much. He did not say that. You see? He did not continue. He did not finish. Oh, finally, my bhakti has given me fruit. The Lord has come. Does it sound similar sometimes, when we chant, you put the ghat and put the bead back to the side and say, finished with bhakti now. Let me enjoy material life. Prahlad Maharaj did not do that. Now my bhakti is done. Nrsingadev has come anyways. Or my job is done now. Thank you, Nrsingadev. Hare Krishna. And then he did not start like that. You see, he's now praying. He's saying, he's not even asking the Lord for his direct shelter. He's saying, Nijabhritya parshvam. Upanaya Nijabhritya parshvam. So your association, this particular thing that Prahlad Maharaj is asking is, in Rupa Goswami's terms, is the second stage of bhakti. We know what is that? What is the second stage in bhakti? Sadhu Sangha. You see, Bhajana Kriya, Tatha, Sadhu Sangha. So this is the second stage of bhakti he is praying for. He is praying for Sadhu Sangha. Why does Sadhu Sangha become so important? So important that he is asking it from the Lord itself, even though he is with the Lord all the time. It is quite interesting because this is very similar to what happened to Uddhava. In one sense, Krishna sent Uddhava to where? To Vrindavan. For what? In one sense, to pacify the gopis. But there was also another hidden agenda. What was the hidden agenda? Yeah, go and take their association. You are with me all the time, Uddhava. True. But you don't know gopis. You go and take their association. So, and then when Uddhava went there, you know what happened, right? So then he says, I want to become your dust. So that's how he takes. So, we all know, as practitioners of bhakti, association of devotees is important. But a constant endeavor, at least in my head, is how to take this association. That has been the biggest challenge. How to take association? Is it just being with the devotee, taking association? Is it hearing a lecture association? Is it just asking a devotee to come home and serve him prasadam association? What is association? How do you take association so that I can really get benefited with that association? That has always been in my mind, actually. In fact, Prahlad Maharaj, in Bhagavatam, many places it is said, one of the benefits of association is tato dussangham ustrijya satshu sajjeta buddhimam shanta evasya chindanti mano vyasangam uktibihi. This is from 11:26-28, where it says, one who is intelligent, what should he do? Therefore, he should reject all bad association and instead take up to the association of saintly devotee. Tato dussangam ustrijya. Get rid of bad association. Satsu sajjeta santo evasya buddhiman. So he is an intelligent person who takes association of devotees. But what is the biggest benefit of taking association of devotees? What is the symptom of good association? How do we understand that I am actually taking good association? What is the measure? Correct. And what is the means of the transformation? okay, if I associate with a devotee, my heart will get transformed. But what is the process of that association? In form of what? What is the predominant devotional service that is good in the association of devotees? Huh? Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Krishna Katha. Kapila Muni, actually, while glorifying devotional service, he tells this to his mother. He glorifies, please repeat after me, Satam prasangan mama virya samvido bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kataha tajoshanadashvapavargavartmani Shraddharatirбhaktiranukramishyati. Kapila Muni is saying, Satam prasangan. Prasangik, we use this word in Hindi also. Prasangan means in the association. In the association of whom? Satam prasangan mama virya samvida. Samvadan. Samvadan of what? Mama virya. Krishna is saying, when you are in the association of devotees, they are always discussing about my glories, mama virya, very similar to verse 10.9, Machchitta madgatah prana. What happens when this is done? When we hear from pure devotees, when we are in the association of pure devotees, when we mean pure devotees, who are pure devotees? Who are pure devotees? Or how do we perceive who are pure devotees? Yes, also, anyone apart from me is a pure devotee. So if we consider that, then we are able to take. See, taking association means what? I should be able to take it. Taking means I should feel I don't have it, then only I can take it. But if I in my mind think, I have everything, what can I take from him? If I approach with this mentality, I will not be able to take it. You know, what is taking? Taking means I am here and I am receiving it. So then I can take. But if I'm already thinking I am full of ego, then I will not be able to take it. So that knowledge will not sink in. So bhavanti hritkarna rasayana kataha. That katha will only act on my heart if I have the mood to take it. Otherwise, I might be associating with the best of the best, and yet the purification might not happen because my heart is closed. So that is what. Then what happens when I open my heart, then tajoshanad ashva, very quickly, apavarga vartmani, then purification will happen. Then when that purification happens, then the result is shraddha, faith will improve, ratihi means attachment to the Lord, and bhaktir, anukramishyati, gradually it will develop. Then what is the symptom? I will have more desire to hear. I will have more desire to serve. I will have more desire to relish Krishna Katha. These are the symptoms. Then we know we are in good association. But if we are in association where my material desires are increasing, where I am thinking of a lot of material desires, I'm getting desires of opulence, I'm getting desires of appreciation, the 3 P's, puja, pratishtha, prashansa. These 3 P's. If these 3 P's are coming in my heart, then I know I'm in the wrong association. Or my heart is closed. I'm not taking the advantage of good association. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj says we should take guidance from Prahlad Maharaj. So with this, we will just chant one more verse. It is a beautiful verse from Mukunda Mala Stotra, where King Kulashekar Alvar is also requesting for association of devotee. Please repeat after me. Majjanmanah phalamidam madukaita bhare mad prarthaniya madanugraha esha eva mad prarthaniya madanugraha esha eva tvad bhritya paricharaka bhritya charaka bhritya bhrityasya bhritya iti mam smaralokanatha. Kulashekar Alvar is asking that I want to become bhrityasya bhritya 7 times. He uses 7 times Bhritya in this verse. So, this is the exact mood of Prahlad Maharaj also. I want to become the servant of your servant. This is the mood. Why? Because we don't want to directly become the servant of Radharani. That's what Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are Gopi Pada Kamala Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. You see? Gopi Pada Kamala Bhartuhu Dasa Dasa Dasanu Dasa. So, this is also true in our parampara also. We take instructions from Prabhupada and the disciples of Prabhupada and the disciples of Prabhupada. So, when we associate in this mood, then that association purifies our heart. And therefore, here in this verse, I'll just summarize the highlight of this prayer of Prahlad Maharaj. In fact, this is a very beautiful prayer to pray in front of the Lord also, to say, my dear Lord, always keep me in the association of devotees, because it is the association of devotees that will protect us. The mercy of the Lord always flows to us through the association of His Parshads. So we have to pray for His association. When we know, Prabhupada also always says, keep me away from Maya, keep me always under your shelter. Away from Maya and always under your shelter means always in the association of the devotees. And Prabhupada has created this glorious organization called Hare Krishna Melbourne, or ISKCON Sanstha all around the world, which helps us to always be in the association of devotees. So with this, I will just pray that Prahlad Maharaj's prayers be sunk in my heart, in all our hearts, so that we always aspire to be in the association of devotees, and we also aspire to be open-hearted to accept these association, to take association. Again, we all also know we can take association in 2 ways, Vani and Vapu. And it says Vani association is even better. What is Vani association? Vani does not only mean hearing. Vani actually means applying what you have heard. Then that is of some use. Because I might hear, if I'm hearing, and if that hearing is only increasing my ego, then that hearing is of not done any job. So I have to hear it with an open heart. Hrit karna rasayana kataha. It should go to the hrit and karna, from karna to hrit. So I have to apply that hearing, apply those instructions when I hear. Then that vapu, that is actual Vani association. So with this, I thank you very much for helping me to understand Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Are there any questions, corrections, or realizations? If someone would like to share, then we have a few minutes. Yes, Shavya.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned how Prahlad Maharaj at a young age is giving us so many valuable instructions for us to apply. But we also see, I was thinking that we see Prahlad Maharaj is a Mahajan, and he heard the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam in the womb, whereas Parikshit Maharaj, he saw the Lord personally in the womb, and he was protected by Lord Krishna when Ashwatthama released the Brahmastra. So, Prabhuji, why isn't Parikshit Maharaj considered as a Mahajan, whereas Prahlad Maharaj is considered as a Mahajan?
You have to ask Vyasadeva. You have to ask Vyasadeva. Mahajana yena gatasya pantha. See, 12 is just a list. It doesn't mean there are only 12. Mahajana ena gatasya panthaha. Srila Prabhupada is a Mahajan, is it not? He's not listed in Bhagavatam, we might say. Yes. So Parikshit Maharaj is also a Mahajan. Is Shukadeva Goswami a Mahajan? Is he one of the Mahajans listed? He's listed as one of the Mahajans? No. But yet he is a Mahajan, is it not? So that list of 12 is just a small list. I think this question was asked. I remember hearing it from a lecture. It is just a small list. It is just a abridged version of the actual Mahajans list. So there are many Mahajans. This is just a small list that has been listed. It doesn't mean Shukadeva Goswami was not a Mahajan. Parikshit Maharaj also was a Mahajan. Therefore, the Lord arranged such a glorious passing away of Parikshit Maharaj. So therefore, he was a Mahajan. Does that answer your question?
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for being so inspirational and coming to Bhagavatam every day.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhu, for so nice class. Reflecting on the pastime of Dhruv Maharaj, Lord Vishnu appeared and he touched his forehead with the conch shell, and then he got that intelligence. Now reflecting on that pastime, I'm just wondering from where this Prahlad Maharaj got such a profound intelligence, like very, very wonderful, very, very mature question and approach he's taking. He's got such a wonderful intelligence. So from where did he get? Because Prahlad was just a 5 years old boy.
But that we saw in the last chapter, if you see. The last chapter was, not last chapter, was it the last chapter? Prahlad Maharaj, chapter number 7, what Prahlada learned in the womb. So he's learned in the womb because of potency of Narada Muni, association again. Narada Muni's association, and what Prahlad Maharaj's mother was under the shelter of the Guru. So therefore that instructions could sink into Prahlad Maharaj. So therefore, lot of lessons to take for us, that if somebody is having a shishu in the womb, how to instruct the child in the womb, we have to learn from this chapter. A thesis study has to be done, how to be in the association of a learned Vaishnava, so that the child who is born can become like that. But that doesn't negate us, because we are also sitting inside the womb of Srila Prabhupada's temple. So we are also hearing the instructions from Prabhupada. So we are in one sense not given any less opportunity than what Prahlad Maharaj has been subjected to. But what stops us from getting that intelligence as Prahlad Maharaj, it is because of our anarthas. That anartha gets blocked. So therefore we can pray to Prabhupada and to the acharyas to please help us to get rid of these anarthas, to be able to take association of devotees, to be able to get out of all duplicities that trouble our hearts when we actually are in the association of devotees. Then probably, because we are also exposed to the same teachings. We are going to Bhagavatam classes every day. Prahlad Maharaj was in the Asuras association. He was not given Bhagavatam classes actually. We are in better place than Prahlad Maharaj, if you really see like that. He was only instructed for 9 months. But we have been associating with Prabhupada for how many decades now. So in fact, the opportunity that we have been given is far better. And yet there is some problem. So the problem is not with what has been given, but the problem is what we are not taking. So if we focus on that particular aspect, I think we are far better placed than Prahlad Maharaj. Actually, I feel like that. Does it make sense? But also, before the prayers, Narsinghadev again touches Prahlad Maharaj, if you see in this. Then Prahlad Maharaj starts speaking. So that is my understanding, Prabhuji.
Jai. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Yes,
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. I just wanted to confirm in that word-to-word meaning, the word upanaya, it means kindly take to, but then we normally say upanaya ceremony, so then is it the same word, two meanings, or?
Yes, it is the same meaning. Upanayanam means the spiritual master comes and takes you closer to Krishna. He takes you away from your material attachments. In the olden days, the Guru used to come, take the boy away from the parents into the Gurukul, and his Vedic studies will start. So he takes the boy away from the mother and gives him the mother of Gayatri, and then he can associate with the Lord through the Gayatri, like that. So Upanaya means Nayanam means to be closer to the sight of the Lord. That's what Upanayanam means.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
But it is also done through that ceremony called Upanayanam. But the literal meaning is this. Thank you, Hare. So we'll stop here. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, शिल प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे, हरे हरि हरि बोल।